Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly. Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so complicated?
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
Excuse me, acting Grand Sage. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what.
No, I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
Haha, I thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had...
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of...
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or...
Acting Grand Sage Alhacen, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Acting Sage Alhacen? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the app? What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise...
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but...
What were the details of this?
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of Mora if I was willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up. Or...
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. Whatever the case, it seems that this lead ends here. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow...
That's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that front. However, I am curious...
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the academia then.
Follow me.
Fine.
Siraj didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any leads. Ugh, that means we're stuck. Alhacen, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue. Hey, do you know?
Yes, we were classmates.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation. So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the suspect?
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his academic endeavors. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules of the academia. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately decided to reject the application.
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical components.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
That sounds super suspicious. Ilias, can you try to remember things again? Maybe...
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like everything in my mind is shrouded in a
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus. Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need to be related to this case.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done. I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter how. But I do vaguely remember that there are two things that I have.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month.
And the second thing? What's this?
I can't remember. Sorry.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry. We'll help you get...
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more than just pain. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. But amidst all that, nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's also where I got my monthly paycheck.
I see. In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge.
Por aquí había un entrada. Ah, acá está.
Acting Grand Sage Alhacen. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office. Have you taken a look? Are there any issues with it?
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased quite a bit compared to past figures.
Yes, though that is primarily because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted topic. Might I ask why you are here today?
I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilias.
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilias, where have you been these past few days? That was our busy period, but then you disappeared.
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up. But I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to make up for it?
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, there is one thing that is yet to be settled. You remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his off-site project. He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that. Chandra is probably having coffee at this hour, so you can find him at the cafe.
Understood. Then, about my paycheck.
I'll pay you in full once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again. Be considerate to your colleagues and give them some forewarning at least. Is this acceptable, acting Grand Sage Alhacen?
I have no objections.
Blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather.
Elias? Long time no see. What can I do for you?
I heard that you canceled your research project, so I'm just here to ask you why.
Oh, that. It's really nothing special. I just don't feel like going anymore. I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research lately, haven't they?
No motivation to conduct research?
Yeah. Say, who might you be? You look sort of familiar.
Oh, don't mind me. Please, continue.
Well, with the downfall of the Sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated. With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out in the future.
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new sages would have interest in, right?
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of motivation to start new research.
So what are the other reasons?
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all aware that we require all kinds of knowledge to perform any of the research we do. Back then, the Akasha would respond to any of our requests for the knowledge we needed. It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to immediately run various tests and experiments.
I see.
You get it, right? After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through data and files ever again? There are only a handful of people at the academia who are starting new projects or performing research. Most people are like me, waiting for a recognized researcher to start a project before immediately applying to join. Although our names will be further down the paper, we'll have a much
Ilias? What's wrong?
My head! It hurts! I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me as he approached. You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module.
It's what Siraj was researching and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution. Siraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in human society and drive humans toward their ultimate evolution. First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the Overmind. This Overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective.
Paimon still doesn't get it. What's the point of all that?
Think of it as linking many minds together and tailoring a given mind's assigned work based on its compatibility. Eventually, everyone's minds will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organization. Siraj believes this collective consciousness is superior to individual humans.
Whoa. Squishing a whole bunch of people together? Paimon thinks that sounds horrible.
It's just as Alhacen said. Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for everyone's basic needs. Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Siraj referred to me as number 36, and I think that was a low-ranking number. I also recall that Siraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be complete.
Oh no! Then we gotta hurry! We have to stop it before it's complete!
I tried my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall where the cave is. I'm really sorry.
Take your time. You'll eventually remember it all. However, something doesn't seem right. Some details don't add up.
What's off?
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. I'm not sure what Siraj's numbering system is based on. Anyway, we're done here. Let's go.
Please, wait. I heard you all talking about Siraj just now.
Huh?
Well, Siraj, there are many who... That said, I do know if you're interested, you...
Take it easy.
Are you Janaki? We'd like to...
Ilias?
Do you know me? I'm sorry, but I don't recognize you.
Are you playing dumb with me?
No, I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so I've lost a lot of my memories.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you've forgotten what you've done? Or are you using the acting grand sage as backup to settle things with me? The two biggest loners teaming up. What a terrible thought.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I have no interest in that. I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project. Is that true?
So, what if it is? Siraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be number 45. I refused because I thought that rank was too low. No one wants to be placed at the bottom. Certainly not me.
Ilias is number 36, and Janaki was supposed to be number 45. Ugh, just how many people did Siraj have his eyes on?
Tell me, did Siraj tell you how he assigned numbers?
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our heads back then? They left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had. I don't know how Siraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his numbering system.
I see. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaning at most.
See? I knew I couldn't have...
What else do you know?
That's it. Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here.
Please, wait. I still want to know what I did in the past.
You really forgot?
I swear.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he truly lost his memory.
I see. You know, I get angry just thinking about it. So I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back then, including me. That's all I have to say.
And she's gone. She doesn't seem...
I really don't. But after she said that, I guess...
Do you want to remember?
Huh?
Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, you've also lost. No one can force you to remember if you don't want to. Even if you manage to remember.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I thought...
I can look up your file. Something that costs... Would you like me to look?
Yes.
All right. Let's split up for now. We'll meet back here.
Okay. Thank you all.
Relax, Elias.
That's true. I'm ready. No matter what I've done, I'm ready to face it. I'll also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj. We'll put an end to all of this.
I'm holding you to that. See you later.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Okay. The important files from the last few years should all be here.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, I found Ilyas's file. Let's meet downstairs.
What have I done?
This file indicates that you were once commended by the academia for your courage and sense of justice. You were considered...
Huh?
Yes. Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who reported him. Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the Matra. This incident caused quite the commotion, and the academia sent you a commendation. What is it? Are any memories coming back to you?
No, it's just... my head feels like it's being ripped apart again. It hurts. Did I seriously do that? Then why?
Let's put this matter aside for now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself over it.
I'm sorry. It should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it. I feel like I'll black out if I try to remember.
Take it slow. Recovering memories is no easy task, especially when it involves memories that you don't want to remember. Just do what you think is right.
Thank you.
Let's head to Gandharvaville and deliver Ilyas's
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
Ilyas, what are you doing back here?
Dad, it's nothing. I was just wondering how everyone was doing.
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all right. You can tell us. Ilyas, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just a minor headache. I haven't been getting much rest lately.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out. I can't imagine how things are going for you at the Academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the Academia. You can always come back home.
I'm all right. I just need a little rest.
Ilyas doesn't seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Hey! That's enough, you two! Ilyas isn't feeling well. Ilyas, let's fight. So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck. How's everything at home?
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's worried about you. Don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters, well, they're mom and dad. Maybe they just want you to conform a bit more.
Conform.
Yeah. You don't remember? After the incident, you... Ilyas? What's wrong?
Ah, I see. I remember now. Don't worry, I remember now.
You're acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I don't care if you're...
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it?
More so.
Oh, that rings a bell. Would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Sorry.
Well, that's a shame. Okay, I'll get going then. Take care of yourself, Ilias.
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys worry again.
You remember now?
Yes, I do. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Oh, my apologies. But I meant every word. Remember when I asked at the tavern if we had ever met? I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant was a sense of loathing.
Loathing?
Yeah, but having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone I dislike to that extent. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relationships.
It'd be great if I could think like you. But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now. I'll take you there.
Really? That's great!
There are more important things at hand. We have to stop Siraj before he completes his collective consciousness. Or it'll be too late. This is the place.
It's so amazing. But there's nothing for Trini, Force Major Calling. Reporting.
I trust you.
Wish me luck.
No pude cenar anoche ni desayunar esta mañana y me muero.
No, eso no está nada bien. Tengo comida aquí en mi mochila.
¿En serio? Ay, lo necesito, dámelo.
Adelante. Por allá, ahí está Tori con un gigantesco sándwich. Ahí está mi chica. ¿Qué sucede? Tori,
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than kind of imagined. Are you sure it's still
Escupen lo mismo. Ahí está Tiff.
I don't sense him nearby.
Did he get separated from us? Should we wait here?
There's no need for that. Let's keep moving.
We'll continue in and see if he catches up to us.
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application, and whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would be affected.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you! He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it. That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
A lot of people warn me to not say anything. And I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want is to graduate without any problems. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults. All for a measly 20,000 mora. He's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
What's the matter? Huh? You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilyas was connecting to the collective consciousness.
Connecting collective consciousness?
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The hive has long been finished. The collective consciousness project is already complete, and Ilyas is now returning to the collective. Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
It's completely different from what Ilyas said. This place looks like it's been done for a while.
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Alhacen. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people you brought down?
You could have played hero any time, so why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that. Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer, but he chose now, of all times, to...
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. This project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to complete their studies? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you understand now?
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
Hey, you're blinking out again.
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words for when we see him.
Why don't we take both keys with us?
Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but we can't make exceptions for heroes, now can we? Maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Getting a reputation for being too unconventional will not stand you in good stead in the long run.
I understand.
You seem troubled. Who are you? Where are my manners? My name is Siraj.
Siraj?
The world hates after you reported Johnny for academic fraud. You are ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand. However, how about it?
What did you see?
I can't believe it! No!
You've come. I intentionally slowed, and I want to throw off the Matra and bring Alhacen to the hive. That was my task.
You were already Siraj number 36? But you passed the Matra's level.
Yes,
I truly did forget many things during that time. Even my identity. However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. It's difficult to fool Alhacen. So I had to create the...
And the best guise is...
Correct. It was finished a long time only here. That's all I wanted to say. After I entered this...
Is this your decision?
Yeah! The person we know is ill. The outside world is painful sometimes, but...
Do you need more time to consider?
That...
So you're that
Giga jerk? How bold of you. I modified Akasha Terminal. I assigned numbers to everyone and divided people. Then I ask you, what's the difference between there are researchers at people are so upset? Isn't that right, Ilyas? There's no need to deny that. In the terminus of welcome, a few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't care about any, but I didn't.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you get the answer? Is the academia. The collective consciousness. Everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest The project will snowball until ultimately...
We won't let you do this!
What can you achieve with mere words? Return to the hive, number 36. Yes.
Wait! Don't go back! You aren't an...
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the academia? When return, number... You two are just as arrogant as all. You think that everyone should be like you, and I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually... Alhacen? Deuce.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't...
What?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to operate. That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me. However, when Ilyas returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its members.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have...
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new conflict.
So that's it! Wait, so you knew that, and then you pretended to keep him around just to fool, so we wouldn't expect any less from you, Alhacen. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take that opportunity... Wait, it's back...
Alhacen, I told you. You're too arrogant. Ilyas's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but your struggle has been in vain.
So many monsters, and...
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Despite their lack now then...
Hey, Alhacen?
I've already sent... You two just need to brace yourselves for the new...
Well...
Not bad.
Time to go!
Alhacen, isn't that bad of a person?
But it has to be done. We must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
We can do it!
Deflect! Here you are.
You see? That It's the will of the collect. Even with the hatred gone, they continue their work.
I'll protect us. Fallen Amber, help!
Here you are. He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Something's gone wrong with the academia. The mantra.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx? Silence! As the Overmind, I command you!
Eyes on me!
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must have made an error in his judgment. But Siraj is the most intelligent of them. He is number one. His judgment is the optimal.
Is that true? Not necessarily.
What have you done?
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out? You were only designated as number 36. What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive. I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my Hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your Hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called Hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet. I'm the Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the Hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
My number shouldn't be so far down your list! Siraj is alive!
This isn't what we agreed to!
I should be the one in your position!
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their For example, Ilios. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the disturbance that Ilios caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the Overmind.
Setbacks in the plan further amplify doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to generate negative emotions.
Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very well hidden, as humans generally do not share completely transparent channels of communication. But in the hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilios was the trigger for all of this. A few words were enough. Believe in the power of words, Siraj.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. Even back then, you knew that Ilios was the bait all along. But how did you know? Since when?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been objective. You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and disciplined. You would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you also won't leave any mistake without a resolution.
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. But if you're saying that out of sympathy, spare me. I know very well that when you were with us, you always had a distant look in your eyes. You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things. From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you, someone who doesn't fit in. However, I've never placed myself on a pedestal. I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how others perceive you.
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant one here?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile. You view people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your kind.
Regardless, I have lost. You can take me back to the academia and stand trial.
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people isn't in my job description. I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to escort you away.
Sino? What are you doing here?
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Wait, what do you mean you left a letter? Oh, Paimon remembers! When Paimon first saw you, Arab said that you had left a letter for Sino. So you really did know that something was up with Ilias from the start! You lied to us too!
It'd be best if you didn't spout nonsense. I never employed any mode of trickery on you. By the way, I came across some information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice the method discussed therein, your vision may improve. Do you need it?
Seriously? This guy. By the way, Sino, Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the Academia. We can't let those jerks get away!
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening suspicious persons, and we've already arrested many of Siraj's associates. This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted, Alhacen.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll leave the arrests to you all. See you.
And off he goes. There still are a lot of test subjects here, so let's stick around for a while.
Oh no. I was involved in all these plans to get rid of the acting Grand Sage? What came over me? How could I do something like this?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Alhacen might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sentences. Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him. It seems our future at the Academia will be full of uncertainties.
We can discuss the future later. Leaving the collective left me with a strange sense of guilt. I didn't feel anything towards Alhacen at first, since he wasn't well known. All the opinions I heard about him were negative, though. Siraj made us hate Alhacen, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
I guess we're getting what we deserve. Could you help us apologize to Alhacen?
Sure, Paimon will help you tell Alhacen. But whether he chooses to forgive you is up to him.
It's okay. No matter what he chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better. If he chooses to remember this, we're prepared for our punishment.
It's time to go.
Let's go.
So, were they all doomed? We can ask Alhacen about that later.
Looks like I can't exist as Siraj number 36. When I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come for, but I didn't have. So in the end, don't be sad. However, I realized, understanding that.
You can do it.
Thanks. Can you also please apologize to Alhacen for me?
All the test subjects have been taken away. I'll have my subordinates seal the place. Retreat. Are you too hurt?
Paimon's fine. Just a little tired.
Get some rest. Watch out for any of Siraj's...
Okay, let's go meet up with Alhacen.
The matter's settled. Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions. I respect your curiosity.
Hey, we're not your colleagues!
You...
What? You're not leaving today until you explain what happened.
See ya.
Hold it right there.
Are you done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Stop changing.
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You'll know when we get there.
With the wind. Is this your home?
Yes.
Ah, you're back.
quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened. Huh?
Stop making a fuss. They're obvious.
You're not from the academia, are you?
I'm not sure she's seen you before.
Wait, what? How do you know me? Oh no, do people know that I live here?
What? You're embarrassed only now.
Oh, you guys are roommates!
Yes, we are, but keep that to yourself.
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them.
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal, Alhacen? Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Alhacen hired to pretend to be his friends, would you? Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home. I wouldn't say friends, exactly. Okay, well... Don't worry about it. My name is Kaveh. I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances. Are you serious? How could you... Of course. Well, still.
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite well.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
I'll leave the books here.
No, ¿a qué hora, verdad? I'm dizzy from reading. This is way too complicated. I would like to know...
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis. The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the Act. The second was that I thought...
Wait, that's too...
One way to the optimal solution to achieve...
That's way too dangerous.
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj had done that, I would have felt it's impossible for... That's why the academic...
Ha! That's rich coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some...
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a...
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy. Sorry for eavesdropping, but what happened to you?
Sort of.
Are you all okay?
Qué raro que...
Huh. So, such is life. Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of...
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he?
I'm doing quite well. Much better than that...
You don't understand anything.
I can't tell which of them is...
You whisper very loud. Do you have any more questions?
Let Paimon think.
I bear them no ill will. To some extent, they were also fooled by Siraj.
Ilias also said he apologized.
It doesn't matter. I never considered asking. Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. Oh, you only started investigating, but didn't...
I had no interest in him personally. I now understand the reason. Correct. The fact that Siraj's project attracted so much interest, despite not being approved, speaks to the lack of research. As the acting grants, in addition, what...
Paimon understands...
I think minimum viable...
Wait.
Yes. I don't think Siraj... What he'd do then... I'm not suited to be a... If I serve as acting grant sage, it's important to keep your...
Oh, now that you say that,
See ya.
The name Siraj doesn't ring a...
He isn't someone who would leave an impression.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you...
And I suppose they'd let everyone...
Again, that's mighty rich.
But my salary would...
Wait, what? How...
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
You... I took time out of...
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture with that.
What? Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decoration...
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine. Go ahead.
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Artistry, for sure.
So I'll have to bring you along.
Of course.
But why would I do that? It would just...
Can't you just be nice and not ask?
Pretending that you're not in debt is as...
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right?
There's no need to hide it so carefully.
What? The name Siraj doesn't ring a...
He isn't someone who would leave an impression.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have...
And I suppose they'd let everyone know that...
Again, that's mighty rich.
But my salary will likely...
Wait, what? How come...
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
You... I took time out of my day to...
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture.
Are you trying to annoy me to death?
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine. Go ahead.
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Artistry, for sure.
So I'll have to bring you along and then...
Of course.
But why would I do that?
Can't you just be nice and not...
Pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living in someone else's home.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right? Tell them to keep...
There's no need to hide it so carefully. I think the truth's already out. You're such a lightweight that a few...
What?